Good afternoon and welcome to OG Dweeb. Today I have for you the Arteza Expert Watercolor Pad. This was recommended to me by a Facebook group that I belong to, and it is cold pressed paper, reportedly double-sided, acid-free, spiral-bound, ideal for watercolor techniques and mixed media. You get 30 pages that are 5.5 by 8.5 inches, and we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I always do when trying a new paper is to do a swatch card. And because this paper is reportedly double-sided, I went ahead and took advantage of that. Let's get to it. Okay, so each page has a rough side and a more smooth side. I personally prefer rough paper. So these are all my regular watercolor sets swatched out, and as you can see, they dried very evenly. Everything looks good. I even did my watercolor pencils out here. They blend out pretty nicely on this paper. Now, I'm going to say that I've only ever really worked with Canson XL and the Strathmore 400 paper. So, according to everything I've seen on the internet, although it doesn't say it on the cover, this paper is reportedly 100% cotton. And as you can see, it dried very nicely. I really don't, a little tiny bit of curling on the edges, but no big deal. Okay, then we've got the smoother side, which I used for a previous video that we took a look at. These were the Vintage and Dreams pastel set from Prima. So as you can see, everything's still blended out nicely on the back. And so yeah, so for just sketch purposes, absolutely you can use both sides. But after I did this, I went ahead and taped down 2 pages, took them out of the sketchbook, taped them down, and tested their two-sidedness. And as you can see, first of all, these were taped down with blue painter's tape. 1 layer of clear water, 1 layer of paint. The top one is Winsor Newton Cotman. The bottom here is my White Knights. And as you can see, there's some kind of oddball drying, although I had them, they were in this manner here when they were drying. So they, gravity did its thing. They look cool, but that's what happened. But like, again, you can see it didn't really dry too flat, and I did wet it first. Then I went ahead and said, wonder what would happen with the smooth side. And as you can see here, we had some issues. I removed the tape as soon as it was dry, and both of these shredded. But to its credit, again, this was 1 layer of clear water and 1 layer of paints. Again, this is Winsor Newton up here, White Knights down here. As far as the paper quality and holding water, you can see there's no peeling here, none whatsoever on either side. And in the past, I've had problems with the Strathmore 400 paper with the peeling. So, again, the rough side is, in my opinion, if you're going to do wet on wet, much, much better than the smooth side. I am a little disappointed at the rippling, but, if you were to mount it properly and put it in a frame, I don't think that little bit of, it would be a big issue. Then I went ahead and did a little painting, or drawing and or multimedia piece to show you guys. I wanted to try out various mediums to see how they would work out. So the onion, or the yellow onion, is White Knights watercolor. The garlic is Prismacolor Premier watercolor pencils. And this was done with the Mars Graphic Duo brush markers, watercolor markers. And as you can see, I'm not much of a marker artist, but I did want to go ahead and get those onto the paper. I did get some blooming up here. That was my own issue. I didn't let it dry long enough. I'm pretty well known to do that sometimes. But it took several layers of water. As you can see, no peeling, no shredding of the paper, none of that. It really takes a lot more water. The colors go on a lot more smoothly than the Strathmore 400 paper, which I was very happy about. I do most of my work in sketchbooks. I also have Canson XL paper, which I use for larger paintings, stuff I'm going to give to friends or frame or things like that. But I'm very happy with this paper. I got 3 8.5 by 5.5 sketchbooks they were on sale for $24.99, 30 pages each again. Whether it's really 100% cotton or not, I don't know. I just know that it holds much more water than the paper I was using, and I feel like the colors are more vibrant as well. So from now on, I'm going to be using this paper. They do also make a 9x12 block, I believe it is. I think it's 14 sheets for, I believe it was like $18, something like that. So when I run out of my Canson XL paper, I probably will be switching over to the Arteza Expert watercolor paper. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown. I know it's hard to find decent quality, lower cost paper without having major problems. As far as the lower cost papers that I've used, this is by far, in my opinion, the best one that I've used yet. Again, the rough side, I would use the rough side. I think I would forego using the smooth side, even though it does advertise itself as double-sided. So there you go. There's a quick little review for you, and I'll talk to you later.